And a big good morning to my one and only beautiful looking young fancy gun old woman in the USA, Mrs. Bonnie. A big good morning to you. I love you so much. I love all of you so much. And speaking about fancy, well, all that I always say about Heritage Month is that our language, dressing, the foods we eat actually tell where we come from. And if you're talking about the fancies, you will not hear any other thing than fancy. And that's so. Maybe one day we'll take you through the pain, we'll take you through the process of doing fancy. And that's so on set. Because today I am fancy. Today everything about me is fancy. So if you want to talk to me, fancy. Because oh no, I will not allow it. Jenny, I will not allow it. Julia.
Yes.
Eric. Why you down?
I will also speak Ghana.
Oh, Malepo. I said today, man, fancy strong.
Now, today I'm also representing my Ghana. Yes.
Hey, speak your Ghana. Let me see.
Fortunately, we are all on the coastline.
Please, no. I'm far away from you. You are down there, I'm up there. Hello to Cyril. And Cyril's mother. They are my friend. We are all from Fire. Hello.
Okay, we're going for.
I can't hear. I don't even understand the word. I want him there. I should speak the fancy so that you speak. What's that?
See, we already you gave us some few lines in Ghana earlier.
Huh?
The few lines you gave in Ghana.
My can implement it.
Anyway, earlier on, we showed some scenes of some old movies.
How old were you? Neither.
Oh, not by then, no. For the cantata part, I'm saying I'm away
Hey, hello to those who are impressed.
I have already designed what I have to say today.
Hey.
I was born in 18. Patty, what was the year we
1700?
What was the year?
Or yeah, before Christ. BC 1700. Julia.
We calculated. We said,
I don't know what year of birth. Hey, Julia.
Well, I heard you earlier trying to. You were actually naming some of the actors in there. The actresses. Yes.
If I don't remember, I saw Abrobe. Yes, and if we're talking about cantata, Abrobe, you cannot take Abrobe from Julie Ju.
That one.
Julie Ju. You can't take Julie Ju from me. You can't take Ekumama Mazimbi. You know, Ekumama Mazimbi had to exit at some latter part of it into media. And there were some other ones as well. Eunice Banini, Santo, Judas. They were all parts of that crew. And now Sagaribiri is also part.
Hey, I remember that one.
You don't remember that one?
I remember that one. With his dance move.
Yeah. That's dance move.
Yeah.
It was those times that you used to see certain hairstyles where
Julie Joe wine beauty.
It's like cornrow. There's cornrow with wig, and there's wig on it. Some way.
Impossible hair.
Do it now. You might not last. You might not last for 30
And I remember in those times, I met her once in Makola, and that is how it was. Just the hairstyle that set her off.
You know, most of the time, I think those times you normally see the characters they play, and it's like it's them.
It's them, yeah.
It's themselves.
They wear their characters.
They wear their characters, and so it's just a little Chewa, them and others, and you know, Araba Stamp. You know those people.
Yeah.
The way they used to live.
Yeah.
It's as though the producers or the directors knew them so well, and so sometimes when they are even giving them kosher, unfortunately, kosher kicked the bucket, and kosher is somewhere around Dansoman area. I think he was buried somewhere last week or so, if not yet. Maybe he's yet to be buried. But I've seen his posters all over, and all of a sudden it looks like we are losing all of them.
Yeah.
One by one.
Try to get the name of this fair one.
One by one.
Very slim with a hush punk.
I'll try to remember the name. If I remember the name,
okay.
I'll try to remember the name. But you know, the old movies, the old soaps, and then the old drama, the dramas that we used to like, Kiss Soap Concert Party. Immediately they ask you to do something, you've already calculated your time.
Be sure.
The first thing is that you don't have a TV in your room. The second thing is that if you are not done with your chores, you can't sit and watch. And so these two key things are even pushing you to do all your work.
So they shaped our lives in a way.
Oh
Yes.
very, 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 very true. Because Julia, you know that you are supposed to. And good morning again to my mother. Before you watch all these things, there's this drug. It's boiled from the back of a neem tree. They call it bagalua. These were times that they use African ways of treating certain illnesses. And Julia, before you even watch TV or eat, the food is there. You are seeing your food because you know your plate. You are seeing your food. Everybody has a cup. You know your cup. The bagalua will be beside your food. Pick it, drink it, eat, and go sit down and watch your TV. If you don't do all these things, forget it. I'm seeing it to be some way, somehow, it was able to shape us in managing our time, in being responsible. You wake up and you know that you're supposed to do this. My mother chased me from home to the to school because I refused to sweep. I didn't sweep when it was my turn to sweep. Girls prefect. Then they came to the school. My mother came to the school at assembly. My mommy came to the school. She's looking for me. And everybody knows her, so she's looking for me. Like, what's up? Then I left my chores, so I'm supposed to go and do it. And you will not believe that she stood her ground to make sure that I came back home to do it, and then I came back. And when I came back to school, I was whipped because they're saying, well, I'm a prefect and I'm supposed to do certain things. And so, as for there is there, but it has made us different. And I always say that if you compare us, our time, those before us, and even slightly those behind us, mostly I don't even really talk about those who are behind our year group, but those ahead of us. When you look at the way we do our things, it's similar. And there's so much comparison you can have between these kinds of year groups that I'm talking about, and then the technological age.
Yes.
The way we see things, the way we perceive things, they're different. The way they also do their things, different.
Very different.
I even talk about games that we used to play.
Oh.
You think they are games.
Pilolo.
Last, I think Monday or Tuesday, I was telling Cyril, he was eating, and I said, chin down. You know, all these games were there. They were means we could make fun of each other. We could make merry, and you quarrel anyway.
It made us tougher.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Now, Ashinago, you know that if it's your turn, though, she used to.
Actually, the correct word is Ashinegbu.
Ashinegbu. Ashinegbu. Hey, when it's your turn,
hey,
you are not. You know, you have to always be alert. So it's like being soldiers. You always have to be on guard. You have to be on guard. And Petinge, Zanzama, all these things, you cross your hands and make sure that anyone who approaches you, your fingers are crossed. Because if your fingers are not crossed, you get it. The way they will knock you, your head will spin. I don't know if you watch cartoons, Tom and Jerry. Anytime they hit the head with something, you see that thing that
comes
and then
the
stars that yes, that's how you feel. And I think that things have changed.
Really?
Things have changed, but I still don't see it to be a means for us to live what we believe in as a people, and our culture and everything that makes us unique, everything that makes us Gans, that makes us Fantis, that makes us Evers, that makes us Guans, every other thing.
And Africans for
that matter, largely Ghanaians. And the other time I was talking about westernization and modernization, that these things are good in a way, but it is not to show off our identity and our culture. The time, times are changing.
Yeah.
Times are changing, and change is also inevitable. And so, as it comes, you try to adjust at least to be able to fit in, but not to throw away what you believe in. Because honestly, the other countries will not leave what they believe in. Why are we adopting other culture into ours, and we are living what we have? Meanwhile, when they come in, Osu is the best place to go to. Art Center is the best place to
wearing
go to.
Our kente.
Wearing our kente, wearing our African prints with names. Sometimes they are interesting. They want to know the names and how the name even came about, who wore it first. Telling them this history and the backgrounds of these things and the foods we eat. And they love our food very much. And kudos to Her Excellency Jane Mason. Yes, Jane Mason. I'm talking about the South African
Mm.
High Commissioner. Yes. She says she loves her banku and tilapia.
Mm-hmm.
Banku and tilapia. It is Jeanette Mason. Thank you very much, Reginald. Jeanette Mason. And she's a South African,
Mm.
and she loves her banku and tilapia. There are some others who have also shown interest in our okra soup,
Yeah.
in our kokonte, in our
Mm.
fufu especially. They
Yes.
eat it a lot.
I was coming there.
In our fufu. And, pokpoi. All these things are
Mm.
traditional foods that we all have during festivals and others.
Yeah.
This is the month that we get to explore. We
Mm-hmm.
have to explore. I said, it's been a very long time I took Tozafi. This is the time for me to go in and take Tozafi again. Someone says, oh, it's too slimy. Green dodo. It's healthy. And speaking about health,
Mm.
those times, the kinds of food they were eating
Mm.
and what we eat now, they were eating purely organic food.
Mm-hmm.
But now we eat in rubber, very hot. Those times you see someone
Oh
pressing
my
rice
goodness.
or watch it from rubber.
Mm-hmm.
And now they are trying to let us know, our doctors and scientists and others are making us know that there are chemicals in these polythene that actually react to heat. And so when you're taking very hot foods from them, they are not so healthy
Mm.
to us. Those times, body ahaban bine
Yeah.
bia the
Yeah.
spread from
Yeah.
pen
Yeah.
body person say esu, then they'll eat. But now it has to be in rubber before we buy it in rubber,
Mm.
before we go and dish it into
Yeah.
plates and all
Yeah.
that. They are not healthy. All
And I
these
think
things.
when you look at how last year we had the food yes, and we saw how some of the competitors wrapped banku in the
Yes.
leaves.
Yeah.
That is telling us, or they were trying to tell us, to go back to the old ways of doing things, and still relating this even to the movies. I think that it will not be a so far-fetched thing if we call our movie producers and all that to go back, because I believe that the olden days, most of these movies had a lot of impact in how they shaped us. Besides how we organized our time just to go and watch them, the movies themselves had a strong impact.
Yeah.
They talked a lot about things like honesty,
Yeah.
if nothing at all. And we as children by then didn't even understand the adult movies. We had our own by the far side and all that, which
that first fun world.
insisted on certain moral values that, unfortunately, I keep saying, this day and age, most of our movies do not. You watch a whole, perhaps let's say 2 hour movie, and it's about somebody doing something wrong and getting away with it each and every time. It's only the last 2 minutes of the film that captures how the person is caught.
Yeah.
And what if I miss the 2 minutes?
You don't get to learn anything.
What do I? Yes, but so I think we need to go back to our movies. These movies always had a strong. They were powerful. They always had a strong message
to give out.
To give us.
Yeah. I think that at the time, those times in years past, we were doing very well in the movie industry, and Nigeria was nowhere to be compared to us. But all of a sudden, when we let our guard down, it looks as though they picked up quickly because they learned from most of them learned from us, and I don't know what happened to us. We just left it
Westernized.
Yes, and we started doing something else, but we forgot that what we were doing was unique. What we're doing put us out there. What we're doing drew people's attention, and that is how the Nigerians were able to even introduce their village setting kind of movies, predict or even telling him the movies, when you see it, you know that this is a Yoruba movie. You see that this is an Igbo movie. These are the various places they come from, depicting different culture and what they believe in. But we left that, and we rather love to watch those ones. And so, like you're saying, we are calling the producers back. It will be very difficult for them to go back into the olden times and have key soap concert party back and all that. It will not be interesting anymore, because we have moved away from it. You have made us understand that there was no value, or there's no value in it anymore. So there's no need for us to go back to that table. But it really saddens us. And I think most of them are even disappointed, because they always talk about how the movie industry isn't booming or working anymore. And so most of them have aligned themselves to the Nigerians and then the foreign acts and then all that. This is the time. We will not just have to come here rhetorically say all that we have to say and then go back and nothing changes.
Nothing
We
changes.
should see the change, and change will start when one person makes the move and we all buy in the idea we want to support. Talk about music. We're doing well with our music. Now, that is why when you're with your grandmother or your mother or your aunties and they are playing certain songs, that's not to say their songs are not nice or they are not good songs, but I mean, their tunes even are soothing. They are able to calm you down. There's some, excuse my language, there's some sense in this music that we listen to. You know, it's talking about life. It's talking about, the other time I was listening to Asmafo and Mami Tiwa, Yalsapo, and she was talking about how the world is tough. Like it's talking about how like the pain.
Yeah.
And you know, evil was started a long time ago. Evil doing was a
it's
long
not a new
time.
thing.
It's not a new thing. Long time ago. And being caring, being nice to people was also the long time ago. And she was just expressing how someone had offended her, and she was feeling so bad that she wanted to pay the person back. But there was a voice telling her, well, if you do it, you can do it, you pay for it. If you don't do it too, there's a price to pay as well. And so it's up to you to pick the right things. These were songs that were motivating us, that were morally teaching us things.
Yeah.
And we have left all these ones. My mother would say Kelencha.
And we've hooked on to the
Kelencha,
the
noise. Yeah. Noise. That is all that we like. But you know, you can't blame us. You can't blame them. That is what we like. That is what now we are jamming to. That is what we are jamming to. And you get to a Ghanaian occasion or event, and majority of the songs that are being played foreign, Nigerian. Then they play one Ghana song because hits new ho. Oh, new ho. Now that you know, we can't even sing in our dialects, and that's why last week when we had Perez music coming, I was asking him how he's going to make sure the Ghana language flies, because Tiny tried. Now Kim Promise is trying. I know it's not solely a Ghana thing that he's doing. One way or the other, he's able to. And then Daku vibes. And you know, it's going very. And someone says that, oh, the Ghana, it's not like it's not nice, so. But people don't understand. How did people start understanding tree?
Okay. All right.
You know, how did people start understanding those things? And so we have to go back to the thing. What we're doing right. Let's go back for them. It is our identity.
Yeah.
Nobody will take it away from us. When we do them.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. I watch a lot of these Chinese, Japanese movies, and no matter how modernized the Chinese, the Japanese, these people are, they never lose sense of their culture, of who they are. They represent it across board, always and everywhere. And that said, yes, there is power in movie, there is power in music, and I believe that we will. I mean, after having heard all this, we'll go back. So let's go back. Let's pick on all these. For me, in my home, we shall watch those. Make a penny now, whether on pen drive or wherever. We have a penny now. These children of mine will watch. And if you're a visitor and you come, you'll be forced to watch.
Because that's what we are watching.
We're not changing the channel. And so don't change your channel as well. We will be right back with more. It promises to get more interesting. Don't go anywhere.